think that company FTX was the second biggest donor to the Democrat Party.
Alameda
The
Research.
first biggest company was is Alameda Research the sister company that they funneled the $10 billion to?
That's what. Yeah.
So that's the company they funneled the $10 billion to. They were the second biggest, next to George Soros, who's number one. They're the second biggest donor to the Democrat Party.
That's dirty ball.
That's something. I mean, maybe you're like a hardcore lefty and you really want the Democrats to win, and this is your way of going about it.
Well, if this is true, then it warrants a critique at the very least.
This is going around. I would just say that I don't know the truth of all of this, but this has been like people are using this as information that is fact online.
So what is this saying here?
Sam, who's the guy that was running this FTX,
His mom,
platform,
right?
His mother is a huge Democratic fundraiser. She runs something called, or a co-founder of Mind the Gap and the Get Out the Vote organization.
Including the Center for Voter Information, launches the FTX crypto exchange.
This is a timeline here. April 21st, 5th. This says Joe Biden announces his presidential campaign, and 13 days later, he starts FTX and then gets a bunch of money that no one really can explain.
Whoa.
And then starts giving it to they start spending it on campaigns and backing people and doing all sorts of things.
So through FTX, somehow or another, the allegation is that it's funding the Democratic Party.
Right, and then that's why I haven't read through that whole article of like they said that this money then went to Ukraine in some way and then has now through some backdoor channels been put back into some people's hands. And that's where it's getting lost in an exchange. And
Oh, Jesus. Well, this is what we're talking about on the phone over here, Mr. Pappas. It's like this is what people always do when they can. When people can, especially something like crypto and tokens, you're in the fog already. You're in the fog of chaos. This new fake thing.
that link I sent you it's been taken down. So
Oh my good. Well, it's Michael Savage.
Right.
It must be real. That guy's not crazy. He's that crazy AM radio guy, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he? Why did I think that he passed away? Did he pass away?
no, it doesn't seem that way.
I conflated him with some other
He's 80.
80. Maybe that's why. But there's another one of them hardcore guys. I know Rush Limbaugh died, but someone else died too, like that. But that guy, he's a hardcore.
Imus? Imus
Right.
died too.
Yeah, Imus died a while ago, didn't he?
Yeah. So who else? I don't know.
I wish I met Imus. Never met him.
Yeah.
He's an odd duck. Because he's kind of like, back in his day, the early days, he was like another sort of kind of Stern-like character. You know, he was like this outrageous Stern-like character. And then Howard Stern just did it way better.
Yeah.
And did his own version of it.
Yeah.
You know, but I think they were kind of simultaneously existing as like pioneers. You know, like I don't think Imus gets the kind of credit because Stern was so good.
Yeah.
Like Stern was the best. That show was the best. That show was groundbreaking.
New York Post was reporting this stuff too.
Okay, cryptocurrency billionaire broke the bank for Dems. Okay, so this might be real. So amid the jubilation and gloating by Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, and pals over Democrats' better than expected showing in the midterms comes a disturbing story that may explain something about how they won such a curious election. Biden's second biggest donor, cryptocurrency billionaire Wunderkind or Kind? Wunderkind. Sam Bankman-Fried. Is it Fried or
Fried.
Fried?
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried, a.k.a. SBF. I like that. Saw his business file for bankruptcy days after the election, but not before pumping $40 million into the Democratic Party to spend on Get Out the Vote and other shadowy ballot harvesting mechanics for the midterms. The shambolic, that's a new word.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Don't know.
What does that mean? Let's find out what that means. I need to know.
Shambolic.
I'm confused. Shaman-like? What do you think it means?
Shambolic.
Maybe shaman-like.
Chaotic, disorganized, or
Chaotic,
mismanaged?
disorganized, mismanaged. Oh, I would say, yeah, definitely. Shambolic, that's a new word.
Yeah.
30-year-old whiz kid, once said to have been worth $16 billion, had spent $10 million in helping get Biden elected in 2020. SBF's mother, Stanford law professor Barbara Fried, also the co-founder of left-wing political action committee Mind the Gap, which has raised a reported $140 million to help Democrats win elections through the same get out the vote grift. A more unlikely billionaire you could not find, and of course his money was built on thin air. A math genius with poor social skills, SBF reportedly lived in a polycule, a polyamorous relationship with multiple people in a luxury penthouse with about 10 co-workers in the tax haven of the Bahamas, where his collapsed crypto exchange FTX was headquartered. Wow.
This is bad.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that a person like that got to where he was. I mean, Reuters is reporting that between 1 billion and 2 billion of customer funds have vanished from FTX conveniently after the Democrats safely spent his money.
At the very least,
this is a New York Post.
Yeah. At the very least, it's the same negligence and lack of due diligence that the celebrities that endorsed companies like this didn't do. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, how could they know, right? If you're a celebrity, just like play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
If you're Matt Damon or whoever, Kim Kardashian, I mean, people are making money with Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin billionaires. There's Coinbase, which is apparently doing very well. There's Bitcoins that are sponsoring sports. They sponsor arenas, right? They name arenas after them. Actually, I think they have to change one of the arenas.
This was one of them,
Yeah. Oh, it did? Which one? Was it Miami?
Miami, yeah.
Of course it's Miami. It's where all the coke is.
yeah,
Party.
that's the main economy of that town.
So how would they know?
Well, I knew. I mean, I don't mean to say that, but it's like I always questioned it and I knew, so how come they didn't know? Maybe if they turned off their greedy fucking hat for 1 second and asked some fucking questions about what's actually going on, they would have known. Been like, what actually is this? But they didn't. They said, oh, he's offering me $30 million so I can endorse them. That'll make people believe in it more and they'll invest in it. And then we'll take that money and all your money that you're hoping is going to turn into more money when this thing blows up, we'll take that and fund the fucking Democratic, we'll fund the political party.
Yeah, it's slippery.